All right, really proud of our football team today. I mean, we come in into the tar pit and play a really good Duke football team, and our guys played really well. We can be better, I can assure you. We didn't play a complete game in all three phases, and our guys in that locker room, they know that. They're excited that we're 8-1, but they also know we can be better than we were, and so we're still striving to do that, and hopefully we'll show that next week.
Larry, first play of the game, the flea flicker, how did that come about? Why did you guys choose to go that direction on the first?
Well, I mean, we saw what we wanted in the secondary, so we thought we had that play against them, and when we lined down and saw it was there, I mean, we went ahead and went with it, and the guys executed it flawlessly. I mean, and great throw. You know, I mean, there's a lot of moving parts there to that play, and the guys executed, so I was proud of them.
What particularly were you looking for?
A certain coverage. We were looking for a certain coverage. We knew once we handed the ball to Hood that they were going to try to stop the run, and so, you know, both safeties. You know, I wouldn't expect Mac to be wide open now because, I mean, you just don't see that. But both of them were running wide open, and he had his choice.
You had Elijah on the first 4 touchdowns. He either touched it, carried it, pitched it. Explain the value of having a guy like that has put up numbers that you can play off of.
Elijah Hood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the kid's playing his butt off. I mean, he can do so many things for us. You know, he does a great job. I mean, there were a couple of those big plays. You guys probably didn't notice it, but where they blitzed and he picked up the blitzer. I mean, whether it was out of the secondary or wherever it came from, he was the guy that picked up the blitz, and we hit long touchdowns on him. So, you know, that's what you have to do against the blitz. I mean, you got to make them pay. And so Elijah, I mean, he runs the ball hard. Guys love blocking for him, and he's a great kid.
You've been able to neutralize Jeremy Cash.
Well, he can't be everywhere, you know. I mean, he can't do it all. So, but he's a really good player. I mean, and he made plays out there on us. There were some times on the perimeter that we didn't get him blocked up very well. He did a nice job.
You've been around some pretty good quarterbacks. How good was Marquise today?
He was great today. I mean, start with his leadership. I mean, throughout the game, you know, he knew that we just took care of the football. We would win the football game, and he was talking about that throughout the game. You know, he did a great job of leading today, and I mean, his passing was pinpoint today. I mean, he spun it really well.
What do you think helped the receivers get so wide open downfield against their secondary all day long?
We got good receivers. I mean, we got good receivers, and you know, we've been running the ball. We've been averaging about 210 yards a game, and so your safeties are going to get involved to stop the run. And when they do that, we've got receivers inside and outside that can hurt you, and that's what they did today.
Did you have a pretty good feeling that the big play would be there today for the taking?
Yeah, I mean, we thought we would be able to throw the ball down the field, you know, but you got to connect to them. You got to, you know, and that's what happened. Is our guys did a really nice job in the protection. And Queese was on the money with it today. I mean, and so he did a really nice job. And so, you know, we got guys that, you know, I mean, we got length on the outside, we got great quickness on the inside. So we got a lot of weapons in that area.
When you hit that first one to Switzer, were you kind of thinking, this is a good sign, this could be our day?
No, that's not what I was thinking.
What were you thinking?
I was thinking that we better not have a letdown. When you do something like that, you know, a lot of times the guys will let down. And so I was actually fired up, kind of mad. So.
Larry, you guys weren't in the college football playoff rankings when they came out. Was that motivational? Was there you're playing against a rival? You weren't in that list. Was there an emphasis on making a statement today?
You know what? I mean, I never said a word about it to our players, and I never heard one of them even mention it. You know, so that poll that comes out in end of October or beginning of November had nothing to do with our goals, and so we re-emphasize our goals, talk about them every week, so that we stay focused on that. And that's, you know, being in the first poll was never a goal of ours, so it really doesn't matter one way or the other.
You guys get the interception right before halftime. You guys are up 21. Some coaches be okay with taking the knee, getting to the break. You guys decided to go for it, hit the big play to Bob.
Yeah, because we still had 2 timeouts, you know, so we got the ball where there's like 40 seconds on the clock or something, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah, about
40.
Somewhere right in there. So, you know, it was like, let's see what will happen. You know, we threw a couple, we completed one, and then we went for another one and didn't hit it, and then came back. You know, we said, what the heck, let's see. Because we still had 2 timeouts, so it was worth, you know, for us it was worth taking a chance.
How important was that sequence for you guys to score with 1 second left and to really kind of really take control of the game at that point.
Every time we score, it's important, but when you score right before the half, it's kind of like a dagger in the heart, so that was good for us. And then to come back out, I think we came back out on the second half, didn't we? And took it down to score, is that right?
Yes.
So, you do those two things and you really put the nail in the coffin there.
Early in the week in the game planning stages, was the flea flicker your idea or Seth's, or who kind of presented it?
Actually, it's been in the game plan. We've probably had it in the game plan the last 3 weeks. We had it for the opening play of the Pitt game, actually. And they didn't give us the coverage we want, and we got out of it. So, we've seen it a few weeks now. And that's not uncommon for us. We have, probably go into a game and we've got 4 or 5 different gadget type plays that we go into a game. And if it's there, we take it. If not, we put it, we just carry it on to the next week. And so, we had it for the last couple of weeks actually, and just hadn't had the right opportunity. I think the key is making sure that you throw them at the right time,
A lot of Duke's production came after you guys went at 45-10, but they did move the ball pretty well in the first half, about 260 yards at halftime. Any concern there about?
Yeah. That's definitely a concern, and I would tell you that there's not a guy in that locker room on defense that's very happy right now, but we're 8-1. That's the thing I got to emphasize to them. But they have a standard they want to hit, and they didn't hit it, and they know that, and they feel that. But they still, we're 8-1, and the offense covered their back, all right? They've covered the offense's back. The special teams have covered each other's back. So it's all about taking care of each other, and it doesn't matter how we do it. We're 8-1, and now the key is to get to be 9-1.
Do you buy into the notion of peaking as the season goes on? You keep talking about 8-1 and trying to get to 9-1.
Yeah, we want to peak on Saturday. That's it. So everything we do in the week, from nutrition to our GPS units to everything that we do, is built on building up and peaking on Saturday. So we want their bodies at an all-time high on Saturday. They don't have to be on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but they got to be there on Saturday.
In terms of the course of the season, do you buy into that concept?
Oh yeah, you want to be playing your best ball in November. You hope that you're a better football team in the last game than you were the first game. So I think our team is continuing to grow. Now, it doesn't mean it's always like this. There's going to be some downticks, but you got to make sure that you bounce back, and this team has done that. There's a lot of, the word that we use is there's a lot of grit in this team. We like that. We think that's one of the key predictors of success, and this team has grit.
You put up 66 on a pretty good defense. Is that something you expect every week?
I don't know if I expect it. I've got pretty high expectations for our offense. I really do. And that's why I'm never happy, But, we left some out there today, I was the idiot that called the play down there on the 4th down, down there on the goal line. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't realize it was 4th down. That's my mistake. I told every guy on the sideline, that was my mistake. I apologized to him. That was stupid, and that shouldn't happen. I have high expectations, and we have the potential to be really good. Yeah, we really do.
Larry, does this game change your goals in any way? You have a clear path to Charlotte?
No, doesn't change our goals. Our goals won't change throughout the season. So we'll talk about them tomorrow when we get together. We'll talk about our goals again so everybody understands what they are, and there's a clear vision of where we're going and what we have to do to get there. Because if not, I really believe if you don't do that, weekly, that you start focusing on all the obstacles that are out there. And there's a lot of them. And you guys do a great job of creating obstacles for us. So I want y'all to know that.
Anybody else before we get more quiz in?
How do you think that this win is going to affect the team against Miami next week? Just like every game, there's going to be things that we're going to take that are positive from this game. There are going to be things that were negative that we didn't do well that we're going to get corrected and they learn from. More importantly, it's an in-state rival for us, and so recruiting it's really good for us because we want to dominate the state in recruiting, and to do that you got to beat the teams in the state, and so that will probably have more of an impact there than anywhere.
All right, thanks, Coach.